The energy from the word can't is still there, especially subconsciously. When you say, oh yeah, I can't do that. Like it's so easy to be like, all right, I'm done. I can't do it. You're just done. It lets you give up on things so much faster than you actually could. Our minds are a lot stronger than we think. All right, this is Omni Talks again. You know how it goes. We just talk about everything because, everything Omni, means, okay, whatever. Today's topic is words, how important they are. Words are crazy. First of all, let me preface this by saying everything around us, everything in our third dimension, everything in this life, in our reality is energy. Everything. Even the thoughts you have in your head right now is energy. Like it's literally sending off little electrical signals that are pulsing through your brain and synapses passing off this energy, electricity, all this shit's happening. So when you take that energy that's coming from your mind, your fifth dimensional mind, and convert those thoughts and feelings and stuff like that to your third dimensional world and convey it through our human senses of sight, smell, touch, hearing, all that, literal magical stuff happens. What it feels like, at least. I mean, I'm sure y'all have heard of self-fulfilling prophecies, manifesting stuff, mantras. It's all damn near magical for real. I mean, think about it. The word spelling has spell in it. Like, ironically, like spelling and whatever. All right. Now, with that said, the point of this video is that I'm trying to say that some words have a lot more energy, a lot more power than other words compared to other words. I'm personally talking about the infinities. I'm talking about the can'ts, the nevers, always, 100% of the time, a billion, million, any type of absurd number that humans really don't normally work with all the time. I'm talking about everyone, nobody, impossible, failure. I'm talking about those words that have hard cutoff. All those words, you gotta be extra careful around them in the way you use them towards other people and the way you use them especially for yourself, especially for your own self-reflection. You gotta be super careful. Negative energy you are like creating, bringing into this world when you say, I can't do that, it's huge. You say the word can't, it means essentially it's impossible, never happened. You are basically, by definition, saying you're eliminating any possibility of whatever you're saying it could happen. Just can't happen. It cuts off the entire concept of it happening. And that, it may not seem like a big deal because everyone already kind of says can't quite a bit. It's just kind of like part of regular people's just average everyday dialogue and everyday like jargon and stuff. But with that said, we're still saying that. The energy is still there. It doesn't matter if we're not actually taking it seriously. The energy from the word can't is still there, especially subconsciously. When you say, oh yeah, I can't do that. Like it's so easy to be like, all right, I'm done. I can't do it. You're just done. It lets you give up on things so much faster than you actually could. Our minds are a lot stronger than we think. Okay, so maybe like you're saying, well, I use can't all the time. It's just so hard to avoid using it. The way you can fix that, you can just say, I can't do that yet. Adding that yet in there, like it throws off everything. Instead of it being an infinite amount of it never will happen, it's can't, it's impossible. The word yet adds just like this positive reinforcement where it adds the possibility, it entertains the possibility of it happening at least at some point. But what I've learned from stuff like that is crucial. It's super, super crucial that you're aware of those things. There's so many opportunities in life that you could have had and you could have went through and you could have experienced, but because you said, oh, I can't do that. Oh, that's impossible. Oh, I can never do that. When you said those words, your brain's like immediately like, all right, there's no point in wasting any more energy on this. It's over. We can't do it. Let's move on to something else. When in reality, you could have maybe did that. You could have put the work in for it. It may have been a struggle. It may have been something challenging, but what I've learned about things in life is that oftentimes things will be a struggle, things will be a challenge, but there's good news and bad news about that. The bad news is it will take some effort sometimes to do whatever it is you gotta do, right? The good news is not nearly as much effort as you think in your head. So with that said, I've taught myself to try to limit myself, avoid saying those infinity words as much as possible, especially in a situation where it's a negative situation, and especially in a situation where it's particularly a self-reflection of myself. Even if I say, I'm in a social context, I say it to other people because they're saying, oh, I can't do that. Yeah, I can't do that. Haha. In my head, I'm saying, I can't do that yet. I haven't done this as of now. I haven't tried this yet. Adding that in, it's a whole difference. As I said earlier, it's super easy. It's super easy to see something super daunting, super challenging, and be like, oh, I can't do that. Subconsciously, you're telling your mind, yeah, I can't do that. And so you become unable to do whatever you're trying to do. But if you were to use positive reinforcement and say, I can't do that yet. Now you're thinking, okay, currently at this current moment in time, I don't have the capabilities to complete this task, complete this feat, complete this whatever I'm trying to do. But maybe in the future, I could push myself or work myself to be able to get to that point. Instead of saying I can't and eliminating all possibilities of it happening, boom, I could maybe do it. Using the word yet or just rerouting your words and avoiding those types of like can'ts and hard infinities, it reroutes things. It adds the possibility of you actually being able to do it. It is a completely different energy compared to using the actual word by itself. This is a good reason why journaling is super clutch and helps you reach mental enlightenment that much faster. And not everyone has, I looked it up actually, not everyone has like the internal monologue in their head, but like people who do, it may feel like thinking a million things at once. You could never be able to write it all down because you're sticking all this, that. But rationally, you're not doing that. When you write it down, you realize, oh, the thoughts I have are the thoughts that I control. I'll have automatic thoughts that just come into my head, but those don't define me. I define me. And when you're writing down your words, you see you write, oh, I can't do this, oh, I can't do that. You're able to actually trace it. Whenever you write down words, when you're journaling, it's like you're cementing your fifth dimensional thoughts into the third dimension. You're able to, it's cemented in time now. You're able to pull it back up. You're able to review it again later. You're able to trace your words, trace your steps and find patterns from what you've said and done before. Now you're able to take note of how often you say those infinities, and how often you say can't, or never, or a billion, or forever, and 100%, or always, all that. You take note of that. So the more you take note of that, and the more you avoid using those hard cutoff infinity values, and the more you start positive reinforcing yourself, things will change pretty fast actually. You'll see a positive change in your mentality like that. And my headphones are dying. That's cool.